Hey, I'm Nathan, one of the co-founders here at Infinity Flow, and today I wanted to show you a little bit about the S1 Plus app and kind of explain some of the features and how to get it set up for your S1 Plus. So to log in or create an account, you'll first go to dashboard.infinityflow3d.com. This will also be linked on the homepage of our website. Go down here and enter your email. Click continue. If you're a new account user, it'll show you that the email is not found. If you already have an account, it'll ask you to enter your password. But most of you guys will be new, so you'll go down here and click create an account. Enter in your name, create a password, go ahead and click create an account, and that'll take you to the dashboard. So once you log in, you'll have a completely empty dashboard like this, and the first thing you're probably going to want to do is add your device. So go over here on the side, go to devices, and then we'll go down here on the bottom right corner and click add S1 Plus on this little blue plus symbol. This will pull up an image showing you where the Bluetooth button is on the S1. And just as a reminder, you're only able to provision devices on a laptop or PC at the moment that has Bluetooth capabilities. This feature is not supported on mobile devices yet, but it is something that we're working on, so that should be coming here pretty soon. So first, we'll go ahead and plug in our S1, turn it on, and then press and hold that button for 3 seconds to send it into Bluetooth mode. You'll see the lights start flashing blue on it to indicate that it's ready to go, and then click Search Devices. Next, you should see S1-server pop up. Go ahead and click on that and pair it. You can see there that we have successful Bluetooth connection to our S1 Plus, so we'll click Next. We'll add a name, and for now, since we have an empty dashboard, we'll leave it as a default group. Click Continue. And then we'll throw in our Wi-Fi credentials and connect that to Wi-Fi. So it looks like this is all good to go. We'll go ahead and click Finish. And now we can see our S1 Plus. So next, I'll take you over to a more populated dashboard to show you more of what you can do with this app. So this app is in the beta version, so there are a couple features here and there that might have some glitches, and a lot of features that will be added very soon. So keep that in mind, that this video may be a little bit outdated here coming up pretty quick. So take everything I say with a little bit of a grain of salt, but I'll try to keep it as updated as I can. And the first thing that I'll go over is how to report a bug in case you find any. Reporting a bug helps us keep improving the app and sort out any little weird issues as we find them. So to do that, you'll come down here. There's a little bug icon down here next to where it says beta. Go ahead and click that. And then you'll pop up to a Google form. Here you can kind of describe what happened in as much detail as you can and any steps to reproduce the issue so that our team can go in, figure out what's going on, and get that fixed for you guys. So here is the main dashboard. You can see that we have our navigation bar over here on the side. So you can go to a couple different tabs here. We'll collapse that. And you can see that on this dashboard, there are 13 S1s online. Currently we have 0 offline, which is good. That means everything's connected to Wi-Fi. Everything has at least half of a roll of filament in it, which means we have no devices that have low filament. And then over here, we can see how much filament we've gone through today. It's pretty early in the morning, so it looks like we've only used half a kilogram because we just restarted all our prints. And that equates to about $6.25. We can also adjust this to be maybe the last 30 days. And then we can see that all of these S1s have been through about 107 kilograms of filament, which equates to about $1,200. So not too bad. Down here, we can look at all of our individual devices and see exactly what's going on with them. We can search through for specific devices here. So let's say we want to look for our S1s run on A1s. So there's those. We can also filter these by a couple different parameters. So here we can filter them by everything that's online, which, as I said earlier, this is all of our devices right now. You can see if we have any offline, that's none. We can see if we have any that have low filament. Looks like one is just getting there. You can see this roll is dropping just below 50%, so that's going to show up over here pretty quick. See if any of them have empty filament, and it looks like we don't have any right now. And then we can also sort it by group. So if you have your S1s grouped into different groups to track filament independently, you can do that. You can also sort it by the filament profile that the S1s are running. Over here, we can sort it by name, ascending and descending, or filament level ascending and descending. And then lastly, up here, if we click on the little bell icon, this is where we can see all the in-app notifications for this print farm. And we'll just exit out of that there. So next we have the devices tab. Here we can sort by group up here in the top corner. And this is how we segment out our S1s in our print farm so that we can track filament metrics independently per group. That's a feature that'll be coming up real soon, but isn't quite here yet. We can also adjust the default filament profile for the group. So every time you load up a device, it'll assume that it's running, for the example on Alpha 11, it'll assume that it's running Polylight PLA Pro every time we load it, so that we don't have to go in and manually set that every single time we reload our S1s. This is really nice if you're like us and you tend to run one kind of filament. We can also adjust the group that S1 is associated with and the preload force that it's applying on the filament. For now, we'll leave that as the highest, but if we wanted to change that, we just drop it down and click Save there. This is also where you can delete an S1. Just make sure that you don't accidentally do that if you want to keep your S1 on your farm. But if you do happen to delete it, you can just go ahead and reprovision it down here by clicking the little plus button with no problems. This is also where we can update the firmware. So we can see here, all of these are fully up to date, but if there are any S1s that you want to update the firmware on, it'll show up right here as this little download button. Click that and it'll schedule it for the next time that the S1 is in sleep mode, so it doesn't disrupt your print or anything like that. You can also click up here to update all the devices or refresh the page. Lastly, if you want to add a new group, you'll click over here to add group, change your name, add your default filament profile, and adjust the preload that you want for this group. These are all the settings that will be auto applied to any new devices that you add to an existing group. If you create a group and then add devices to it, it will retain the settings that are already on the device itself. So if we go down to our inventory tab, this is where we can track our filament inventory and create new profiles. So first off, I'll show you how to create a profile. Here's a few that we have. Obviously you can hop in here and edit them as much as you'd like, but just create a new one. Same as always, down here, click the little plus button. Add your name, your stock keeping unit if you have one, that's not required, your material, your color, and then to be able to track the filament usage in kilograms, you'll need either the density or the length of the filament on the roll. The S1 tracks the amount of material that's been run through it, so in order to get that and convert it back to usage in kilograms, we'll need one of these two numbers and obviously the roll size. So if we're doing PLA, for example, I know that that's about 1.24 grams per centimeter cubed, so that's what I'd enter in here. And you'll see that comes out to about 335 meters for the filament length on the roll, and that sounds about right for a 1 kilogram roll. So then if you want to save that, you go down here and click Save Profile. If we want to start tracking inventory, we'll need to create some adjustments. This is where we add our orders or reductions. An order obviously will be for when you receive new filament, and a reduction to reduce the amount of filament of a certain filament profile. We generally count all of our filament at the end of the month and make any reductions to get our inventory to show the right amount. This is usually when we were running, a roll of filament through something other than the S1, or if we had to throw away a roll for some reason. This just helps us make sure everything stays accurate. So doing reductions on a routine basis is usually a good idea. So to add an order or reduction, you'll go over here, click the plus button, select the type of adjustment you're making, order number, the filament profile that you're making the adjustment for, the quantity of the adjustment. So an order obviously will add 10 to your inventory. A reduction will reduce 10 from your inventory if you enter 10 for the quantity. The price of your order, obviously for a reduction you don't get the price. And then you'll get your calculated price per kilogram, and then you can set the date that this order or reduction happened. If you set a reduction to a certain date, it will auto apply a bulk sum of inventory usage to that date on your filament metrics. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these later down the line. Generally, if we're doing it once a month, we might throw ours to be, say, the first of the month to make it consistent. If we go look at our filament metrics, right now you can just segment these based on time, and this will be for your entire farm. Soon we'll be adding segmentation based on your filament profiles or groups, so keep an eye out for that coming out soon. You can also set a custom date range over here to see if you wanted to, for example, just look at this week. You can see what your filament usage is there. Your totals will be right up here in the top of the graph. So you can see both your filament used in kilograms and your filament expense in dollars. So finally, you'll have our settings tab, which is pretty simple. Here you can set your email notifications. Just click on the boxes for whatever you want to get notified for. Obviously you have empty filament, so when your S1 is completely out of filament, and if you get notified this, you might be able to run in there and throw another roll on before your print gets paused or stopped. You can also get notified when you're low filament, so that's when one side of your S1 is below half full. And you can also get notified when S1 goes into an error state. This typically happens if the S1 grinds the filament for some reason, or if there's some kind of problem with the print. If you want to adjust these, go to click what you want and just click the save button up here. You can also see all your notifications by clicking up on this bell icon, and this will show up all the notifications for your farm. Lastly, this is also where you can change your password or log out if you need to. So that covers just about everything on this beta version for now. Like I said, we'll be coming out with a lot of new features. So keep an eye out for updates, and we're excited to hear what you guys think.